I guess you love movies. I do too. Hi guys, and welcome back to another movie review. It's been a little while since I posted on my YouTube channel in general. I've been very active on Instagram recently, but the YouTube channel has been slacking a little bit. I would firstly like to say thank you for getting me to 100 subscribers. It has been a little while since I happened. I believe I'm on 105 right about now. But thank you anyway. I have been a little bit inactive recently, but yeah, hopefully I'll be back to more regular videos as more releases come out. Today I am going to be reviewing How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, the third installment in the trilogy of animated films centered around Hiccup and his adorable dragon, Toothless. So, what I thought of the other movies? I love the first two. The first one and the second film, both great, really high quality animation. I was really looking forward to this movie, actually have been for quite a long time. I've deliberately held off on buying the other Blu-rays so I can get a whole trilogy pack of these films when this movie came out. I was expecting good things. This movie, the plot of this movie is that over the course of like a few years, Hiccup has been gathering dragons. He's been saving dragons from different poachers all over the land, but especially this guy called Grimmel, who's like the worst of all these poachers, and he's been trying to take all these dragons for himself and wipe them out once and for all. Hiccup and the rest of Berk have been doing a very good job at saving these dragons, and it's becoming a little bit of a problem because there's so many dragons that they're almost overrunning Berk at this stage. So him and Astrid and the rest of Berk have to try and work out a solution to this problem while also trying to stop Grimmel destroying the dragons and their homeland. And they look past, the sea to this myth that Hiccup heard his father talk about when he was a child, which is about this hidden world at the end of the earth where all dragons come from. And they go out on an expedition to try and find this place and see if it really exists and if it is really the sanctuary for these dragons that they need in order to save them. So what did I think of How to Train Your Dragon 3? I actually really enjoyed this movie a lot. I thought it was very, very good. It's a really great film to finish this trilogy on. I think they do a great job, and I think the animation specifically is actually gorgeous. It's ridiculous how good the animation is in this movie. They just keep getting better. I don't know how animators are doing it, but they just keep pushing boundaries, and this is another movie. Incredibles 2 last year was one that I said the animation was phenomenal technically, and this is another movie where it just pushes boundaries technically. This is an insanely beautiful looking film, especially when they do find the hidden world. There's this incredible sequence with the lights, and everything about the animation is absolutely stunning. So if you go to see this movie or anything, the visuals are worth it, worth the ticket price alone. I really like the whole voice cast, everyone's great in it, and I really enjoy the way they develop these characters and where they go in this story, because it's really interesting and it's not where maybe you would expect it to go. They make compromises, there's things that don't go perfectly. This movie is not a happy ever after everyone ends up great movie. This movie understands that maybe there isn't a perfect ending or a perfect scenario. And that's what makes this movie really good, and the emotional payoffs really work. You have the whole story with the second Night Fury, this what they call it a Light Fury, which is the female version of the Night Fury, and how the relationship between Toothless and this Night Fury come to be, and their interactions are adorable. Toothless is just, I love him. He's one of the most adorable characters in all of animation, and he reminds me, the relationship with this other dragon reminds me a lot of Wall-E. I've always compared Toothless and Wall-E because they're probably the two most adorable characters in animation for me, and this relationship is beautiful. It's brilliantly done, and I really enjoyed it a hell of a lot. The only issues I have really with this movie is its villain. Grimmel is okay, he's fine, he's your normal sort of guy, but he's just a poacher really, and he's just, the antagonist, so the movie can, have its, climaxes and have its moments of, drama and suspense. He's there to serve the plot. He isn't an exceedingly interesting villain. He's average at best, and he serves a purpose, but he's nothing special. Also, this movie does have tonal and sort of storytelling beats that remind me significantly of Toy Story 3, and I think that this is actually a good choice, even though it's quite obvious if you think about it, because Toy Story 3 is one of those rare exceptions where they managed to make a movie that's possibly better than any of the other movies in a series that is absolutely phenomenal, and they managed to end it in a brilliant way and make everyone remember it, and I think that it's a good movie to be inspired by, because it's pretty much the only movie I can think of in its third film that's still pushing boundaries and is still going the distance and trying to do something different and, you know, improve its series and actually doing so. It's a rare thing. And I think that they do that very well because the ending is affecting, the ending works, the ending is something that maybe you wouldn't expect, but it is reminiscent of Toy Story, and it's very powerful, and it's actually very well done, and it's very mature, and I think this is something that, you know, you've always got to say that these movies, they are trying to educate children. You know, if they can do a good job educating children, then you know that you've made a good film here. You know, this is going to teach teach children about, you know, letting someone go, about sort of realising that you know, if you love someone, sometimes you can't, you know, tie them to your apron strings. You have to allow them to leave and do what they want to do. And, you know, you have to be happy that they're happy, and that's what the end of How to Train Your Dragon 3 does really, really well. It has a few little nitpicky issues, like the Toy Story 3 sort of similarities and Grimmel as a villain, but overall I really enjoyed this movie. This is an excellent conclusion to the How to Train Your Dragon series. Emotional, beautiful, incredible animation, characters we've grown to love and will continue to love. This is a funny movie as well, a very entertaining film for kids and adults alike, and I'm going to give How to Train Your Dragon The Hidden World a 8.5 out of 10. So there you go, there's my review of How to Train Your Dragon The Hidden World. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, drop your comments down in the section below. What did you think of this movie if you have seen it? What's your opinion on the series as a whole? Sorry I haven't been around for a little while reviewing films, but I will get to it as soon as movies that I actually want to see come out. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.